welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. If you are new, hi, I'm Cora. Make sure you check out the description box below for links to all my social accounts as well as my website, corashay.com. And let's jump into the video because it is one that I promised on Twitter. I had requests to start talking about some blogging tips and things like that. If you are new, I have been blogging for almost 2 years. In May of 2021, it will be my 2-year blog anniversary for corashay.com. I did have 2 blogs. I had one in high school and one in college that both terrible, and I was really inconsistent, and they got like maybe like 20 views a month. But now I blog, I get hundreds of thousands of views on corashay.com every month, and it's monetized, and I am on Mediavine. If you know about blogging, it's a wonderful ad revenue service. I have some blog posts on blogging, but also to add some video content so I can go a little more in depth. So that's what I'm going to be doing. This is going to be my first like blogging tips related video, and today I'm going to be talking about how to brainstorm blog post ideas. Thinking of blog content, especially if you put multiple posts out a week, can be crazy overwhelming and difficult. It was, at least for me at first. When I switched to doing 3 posts a week, I definitely struggled with this at the beginning because I was like, what am I going to talk about for 3 posts a week? But when you get into a regular routine of brainstorming ideas, it can really help you out. So I want to share what I do to brainstorm ideas so that I never run out of content ideas. All right, tip number 1 is to think about what you want to read. I know it sounds really self-explanatory, but it actually is something that I see a lot of bloggers struggle with and something I struggled with at the beginning. And I do want to also note that there is nothing wrong or right to blog about, okay? It is your blog, you should write about what you want to write about and what works for you. And that being said, think about what you would want to read. What are interesting things that you know about? What do you know? What have you been successful at and that you can share that knowledge? So just grab a notebook paper or grab your laptop and open up board or whatever onto your computer and start thinking about things that you wish that there was an article about. And there might be an article because obviously the internet is what the internet is and there's already somebody talking about every single thing, and that's fine. You have your own point of view on things. So think about what would you want to read. And that's where you should start when you're making your brainstorming list of blog ideas, is what do you want to read about? Because there's a good chance that your readers want to read about it too then. Tip number 2 is to stay updated on trends. Evergreen content is important. And if you aren't aware of, evergreen content is content that is going to be relevant for years and years to come. Things, for example, I write a lot of posts on organization, decluttering, lists to write, things like that. Those types of posts are going to be relevant for a very long time. But it's also important to stay up to date on trends because that tends to be what people are actually actively searching more. You're going to get bigger peaks and spikes, especially in Google and Pinterest, if you are staying up to date with what people are actively searching. So keep an eye on just social media. Keep an eye on the news, keep an eye on Google Trends. Something that's very helpful for me is on Pinterest, it says what people are searching for now. So just look through that and see if there is anything related to any of those current trends that is something that you know about, and you can add to that, and you can provide information about something that you know about that people are already actively searching. Number 3 is to branch off of old content. Do you have old listicles that are different tips on something that you could make each of those bullet points into their own blog post? Not only does that give you a ton of blog post ideas, but it also can help you really interlink your blog posts, which is great for your Google SEO. Google likes to know that you are interlinking content. It makes you seem more reliable and authoritative in your field. So it's like going off old content is just a win-win. Number 4 is to scroll through your own Pinterest boards. So look through what you like to save. For me, I have a Pinterest account for corashay.com, but then I have a personal Pinterest account with things that I'm interested in. And I'll scroll through and I'll be like, wow, I'm saving a lot about decluttering. So that's something that I'm really interested in right now and that I'm learning about and that I'm, getting to the point of being more advanced to the point where I can talk about it, which this was a while ago, but I now feel pretty confident talking about it. And so that's a great way to get inspiration. I want to take this opportunity right now to say that inspiration is not the same as copying. You can get inspired because you're seeing that people are talking and posting about spring care, spring cleaning, spring decluttering, spring lawn care, whatever it may be. And that can inspire you to say, well, what related to what I blog about could be related to springtime? And you can go off of that. But don't copy ideas. There are certain things that everyone talks about. No one owns certain ideas like decluttering. But don't copy titles, don't copy words. That is plagiarism. Don't do that, okay? I just want to put that out there, that just a reminder to everyone that inspiration and copying are not the same thing. And you don't want someone copying your content either. So be unique, be yourself. You are capable of wonderful, amazing ideas and articles that people are going to love, and they're going to love them more if they are true to you and you can see your personality through them. So don't copy. Tip number 5, solve a problem. I know that sounds really obvious, but that's the thing that people are going to be searching for the most on Google and social platforms and everything, is they're going to have a problem and they're going to be searching for an answer for it. So something that I recommend doing is going into the Google search bar, go in incognito mode so that it doesn't like fill in things that you've already searched, and look for questions related to what you blog about. So if you blog about home care, start to search, how do I fix in my home, and then look to see what gets filled in. When you can see the problems that people are searching, then you can try to answer those problems. And then your blog can hopefully rank. And tip 6, and that's my final tip, is to make a running list. I know that inspiration strikes me at the most bizarre times. Like I'll be sitting in the car, obviously don't make a note while you're driving, but if I'm a passenger and I'm sitting in the car and all of a sudden like something will just occur to me. A lot of what inspired me in the first place to start vlogging was giving advice to my little sisters. So when I have conversations with my little sisters, I'll make little literal notes in the notes app on my phone of things that they're asking me and they're looking for advice about. My youngest sister just recently was reaching out to me about questions related to LinkedIn and marketing, marketing yourself. And so I wrote that down as an idea, something that I could create content related to, because I have a lot more experience in that than her, so she goes to me for advice. My little sisters are a huge inspiration for my site in general. A writing list on your phone so that you always have it accessible, so that when you think of an idea, you can just quickly jot that down so that you don't forget it later. You don't find yourself like, oh, I'll remember that. That's a great idea. I'll remember it. And then it's 2 weeks later and you're like, okay, time to write a blog post. Crap, what was that idea that I had? Keep a running list, write things down. We all forget things. It happens to everyone. Keep the writing list. Alright guys, that is it. I hope that this video was helpful. I am sorry that I talked with my hands a lot in this video. I always talk with my hands, but it was like extra in this video. Let me just sit on them. And I hope that it was helpful for you. I hope that this gives you some ideas on how you can brainstorm content so that you can never run out of blog post ideas, because I know how stressful that can be. If there is any videos in particular that you all would like some help on, let me know. My biggest, strong suits when it comes to blogging is definitely Pinterest. So if there's anything related to that, I'm working on growing other platforms as well, so I can do videos on kind of how I'm doing that growth process or strategies or anything like that. I don't know. Let me know what your guys' questions are so that I can try to help as much as possible. I think everyone is capable of making wonderful content and providing information to the world, because you are unique and you have your own unique experiences. I think that there is a place for everyone in the blogging world. I know that a lot of people say it's saturated, but you are your own unique voice, and I want everyone to succeed. If this is something you're passionate about, let me know how I can help you, because I would love to cheer you on and help you succeed. Have a great day. Stay safe out there. Bye guys.